This has been my motto that I have lived by all these years. Work hard, trust God. Work hard, put all your effort into something. Never stop grinding, okay? Just keep trying, do something. Always keep moving forward and growing in some way. Work hard. Trust God. Trust God in every aspect. Trust that He is leading you in the direction you need to go, whether it might not be straight, it might be here and then here and then here, but those little obstacles are getting us to where we need to be, okay? Work hard, trust God just reminds me to always give my all and trust God that He's leading me in every step of that hard work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be saying this and repeating it and making this my motto, even though it's what I've been living by all my years, but I'm gonna start saying it now, and I'm gonna say it to myself too, because you know, there'll be times when you feel like you're working hard and it's not going fast enough, or it's not, you didn't see it going in that direction or whatever it is, but you just have to remember, just keep working hard and trusting God. He can see the whole big picture, you know? We can't see it. That's hard on us, but He can, okay? So I'm just gonna keep working hard, and I'm gonna keep trusting God in everything that I do. And I know it's gonna work out for my good. Let's go. I was at Walgreens, and I realized in the midst of my interaction with the lady that I was like not smiling. And I was like, oh, she's probably thinking I'm like snobby or stuck up or just like not friendly or something. I don't know if she was, but I immediately thought that, and I didn't want to leave that negative impression, so I immediately started smiling and just being kind. I know the importance of like first impressions, you know? And then the next day, I was reading a quote. It's by Will Rogers, and it says, "You never get a second chance to make a first impression." And I was like, exactly, that's why I had all those feelings yesterday in my interaction with that lady. And like, I never want to leave somebody the same way that I found them, you know? And that's what I would have done, I feel like, if I hadn't realized and changed what seemed to be my attitude. I was just not focusing really. And so, you know, I don't want to leave people the same way. So whether, you know, I can smile at them, maybe they're having a bad day and that helped, or like have a fun conversation, interaction with them, or being kind, or just some sort of positive experience, that's what I want to do. That's always my goal. So just remember that you don't get a second chance to make a first impression on somebody. So, you know, be aware of maybe what your face is looking like. Like I realized I was like, oh, I'm not smiling, I'm not being anything really. So just kind of be aware of that so that we can be a little bit different, you know, than the norm, and just give somebody something uplifting, whatever that is. I was listening to Layla Hermosi, I think. Anyway, I kind of like her because she's just like super blunt, and she's just like to the point, and just kind of like, that's kind of how I feel like I jive. So anyway, I was listening to her. She just started a podcast, and I was listening to it, and I was like, this is really good. She was saying how she did different jobs, not because she really wanted to do that job, but of what she knew she was gonna gain learning wise from it. So she took like a sales job at a big Globo Gym. She was like, it was terrible, like sales, like, you know, like it's just a tough thing, like especially if you're not super into sales, like, but she knew that you need sales for pretty much anything you do. Like she wanted, you know, if you want to build your business, you know, maybe you're not like direct selling, but you learn how to, you know, teach people, or sell people inside your company on why, you know, you have this new vision for the business of why it's going to be good, you know, like it just teaches you all these traits, you know. Or like then she moved to like a smaller gym because she wanted to learn all the insides of a smaller gym, which you won't really learn from a big gym, you know. And she was like, there was a lot of stuff in that too. And so then she did this one where it was like early mornings, late evenings, and but it like separated her from her friend group that was kind of taking her downhill, and like it allowed her to be alone and like work on stuff. And so she knew that was good. Like she took these jobs because of what she could learn from them and gain from them. And so it's like a lot of times you don't want to necessarily do maybe a certain task, or you're not super interested in it, but you know like the growth you'll get from it. And she said like whenever it's like kind of ironic, because when you pursue something that makes you insecure, ironically, you become more secure. Or when you pursue something that makes you fearful, ironically, you become less fearful of it, right? Because you pursue it, you get to where you're pretty good at it, comfortable with it. So it makes that less intimidating, less scary. You feel more confident in it, right? So I just wanted to pass that along because I just thought that was so good. Like, and it's so true. The more you do things, the more you step out and do the things you don't want to do, which is what I always talk about. Well, I went along with those lines. So I was like, yeah, say it, sister. You know, like, you just have to do that in order to get past it, really. Like, in order to get past that fear, you just have to do it, you know? So anyway, it was so good. So think about that, you guys. Maybe you're not in a situation that you necessarily want to be in, but take the pieces while you're there right now, you know, work your way to where you can do something you love, but while you're there, learn from it, dive deep in it, you know, take what you can, learning, and use it more as a learning tool, you know, rather than maybe a long-term thing that you're stuck in, okay? You're not stuck, okay? Learn from it, all right? Okay, we're gonna talk about our phones, and I'm talking about this because I'm talking to myself too, okay? So I feel like we should hop off our phones, not forever, okay? When we're trying to get crap done. Because there's so many times when I have a list, because I'm a list person. I love checking things off my list, okay? So I'll even put in there like, take a shower, check, let's go. But seriously, that's how much I love checking lists off. So anyway, I have this list, okay? And let's get it done. I will just find myself on my phone, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, why am I on my phone? And why have I been on my phone for the last 15 minutes doing nothing productive? What just happened? It like jumped in my hand, and my mind didn't even know about it because it becomes such a habit, because we always have our phones, right? I'm literally recording this on my phone. We're always on our phones, right? So it becomes a habit. So what I want to do is, for things that you don't have to do on your phone, because there's a lot of things that work-wise I do from my phone. Like, I do my editing on my phone. Like, I do my posting on my phone. So a lot of it is done from my phone, but the things that aren't done from my phone, that are like done from my computer or just my brain, right? Thinking or reading or whatever, putting my phone like in the other room, because then it's out of your reach, right? Then it doesn't jump in your hand somehow, you know? And then you can put like a little, like, make it exciting. Like, okay, once I mark off these first two things, I can go grab my phone and check it or something, you know? Or once I'm done with all the items on my list, then I can go. Or once I've worked for an hour, then I can go check my phone. So like, make it kind of something to look forward to rather than just something that's always there, because that phone is a time sucker. I'm looking at my dog. You know, like, I've caught myself and I'm like, Tiffany, oh no, what are you doing? Ugh, get out of here, you know? But it happens, like, because there's so many things that we do from our phone and that we're involved in, you know, social media and all that. So in order to be productive, kind of maybe take this tip, okay? Put your phone in the other room and make it something to look forward to or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, because I'm going to work on that as well. Okay? Everyone wants to feel secure and stable in their job, right? So we find jobs that we find that in. And secure and stable is like good health insurance, right? A steady income, that type of thing. But what I've learned is that someone else being in control of your job, your livelihood, your steady, and only having one source of income is the most non-secure thing you could ever do, okay? Because like for me, I was with my job for almost 10 years. They called me and said, effective immediately, you no longer have a job. No warning, nothing. Effective immediately. So it happens. It's not secure. I was also listening to a podcast and this lady was like, I was second top manager in my region. Like I was really good at my job and they let me go. So it's just like, it doesn't necessarily matter your performance. You can feel like, oh, as long as I'm good, as long as I'm doing good and performing good and all this, I'm good. But it's not true, okay? Thankfully, I had already been growing my business in the background for years prior to this happening, right? But I never took the full leap because of being stable and secure, right? Because that's what I heard my whole life, right? You need to have a job that creates that security. Okay, well then let me do that, and I'll grow my business in the background, and then, one day eventually I can just do my business. But the background meant not 8 hours during the day or whatever, so I honestly feel like God kicked me out because he was like, listen, you're meant for more than this, and the only security you're gonna find is in me. Okay, so let's do this, let's go. And so here we are. And I was like, all right, so this is where we're at. I get up 6:30 in the morning, I go to bed at 11:30 at night, and I'm grinding. Like, this opportunity has allowed me, did you hear me say opportunity? Me getting fired, opportunity. Y'all, it's all about how you see it, right? So this opportunity has allowed me to put my full focus into something I want to do anyway. Like, I didn't really want to be at that corporate job. That's why I was building my business in the background. So it allowed me to do something I love to do, and it's allowing me to make something that's secure, right? I'm not going to have all my eggs in one basket, right? I'm not going to be relying on anybody else. Like, it's me and God. Let's go. Let's do this, So if you've been wanting to go after, your side dream, your side hustle, hope this encourages you to take that leap, do whatever you can to get there, because it's a lot of freedom in it. And really, we just keep hearing about this stable stuff, but it's not. It's not. Take my story, for example, right?